Well, when I tell you technical difficulties, bro. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, nah, we good. We good now. Now it's on there. Yo, what's good, Kobe? We'll just wait for him to get in, but we'll get started. Bijo, you might have to back up your camera some. Yeah, because it's like all sometimes all we can see is the top of the hat. All right. So everybody, man, welcome to episode 27 of So Goated. My co-host Demonte will be back soon, man. So don't worry about it. We're gonna get him locked in today, man. We had Charlie with us last week, and we glad he got to come back with us again this week. And then we added in Bijo, man. I actually been seeing Bijo at quite a few of the games and stuff, man. So we definitely got to get the vet talk going on. So I hope everybody is being safe. Corona's still out there, things going on, and everybody in Kenosha, people affected. You guys, man, take care of yourself. It's you guys like 2020 has been crazy, crazy year. So everybody take care of yourself. But until we get Demonte in, anything you guys got to say, Charlie?
Hey, man, as always, it's a great pleasure being on the show, man. Look forward to talking about some things that's going on in the world and then the basketball world as well, man. Another great night ahead.
Yeah, man, we got Bijo back again, man. Is this the third time we had you on, Bijo?
Yeah, this third time, man.
Yeah, man.
You can hear me right, Glenn?
Yep.
Yeah, this third time, man. I just appreciate you. Every time you invite me, I'm real humbled by it. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on, but I can tell you one thing, like I told you guys many times before, this therapeutic, being able to come on here and talk some sports, being able to, I'm a podcast guru right now. That's all I do. And too much, still trying to stay safe, watch the injustices from far away, but still utilize your platform to speak your mind. So, hey, hats off to you guys, what you and Monte doing, man. So anytime y'all call, y'all know y'all got me.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. And it's crazy because like it's so much stuff going on, and it sucks that a lot of times we don't get to speak with each other and talk about problems and things like that, just to put them out there and maybe even give a piece of advice or help somebody else, even if it's not basketball. So I'm just glad to have a platform. At least we can talk, communicate, you know what I mean, and get issues out there. You know what I mean? So with that being said, the NBA came back. So they did do their protest and set out a game. I know there was talks about it through the whole season, things like that. We're gonna get the Monte in here, things like that. But what are you guys? Let me see. Monte's in here really quick. Monte, you good?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So we kind of ran through the intro a little bit. Just kind of bringing things on. I don't know if you want to just kind of jump right in and do talk about the NBA coming back, protest stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, right now we got the Bucks game on right now, so a lot of people are actually watching the game right now and into the playoffs. I don't know how much you guys got into it and talked, but it's been exciting. I don't know if we really talked about the fact that we took the day or two off, and I didn't really know how to feel about supporting it right away. So, do I just stay in the kitchen and watch it because I feel like they should draw it out and have more of a backbone, or do I just be understanding, So, I'm kind of caught in between both. I don't know how you guys feel, but I was kind of skeptical about coming back and watching it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of hear it doubling up. I don't know if somebody got it playing twice or something. Just curious.
You got a Bluetooth going?
I don't know. Hopefully it'll clear itself up. We'll figure it out. Yeah. So with that being said, Charlie, like, what's your thoughts, man? Is it good, bad? Like, what's your thoughts on them bringing it back? You know what I mean? Like, and what did it do? Like, and also, what did it do? Like, what's your thoughts?
I was on the fence as well about it. I'm hoping that the NBA with all the way down from the owners and managers could come together and use that platform for the better good of society. Now, what was discussed in that meeting, I don't know, but I'm hoping that it has a positive impact on the community. I thought that the fact that, you know, players showed a lot of emotions, man, that got me. It really did. And the fact that, you know, when you see these guys and they make millions of dollars, many people don't expect for them to have feelings. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to see that from who was that? Jamal Murray the other day, you know, to show that kind of emotion on national TV is genuine. It's real. These people have feelings too. And I think that we kind of shy away from that because of who they are and what they make. But I was on the fence about it. The fan of me is like, you know, glad to see basketball. But then on the other side, it's like we're still dealing with the bigger issue at hand, you know, and how do they use that platform to help make society better? You know what I'm saying?
What's your thoughts, B. Joe, man? What you got for us?
I think when it happened, I was ecstatic, especially when the Bucks, you know, and the trickle down effect, you know, when they did it. But I thought it was going to be a little bit more strategic, because my thing is they made a statement, but a statement and change is two different things. You get what I'm saying? So in order to make change, you got to go all out. You can't go. To me, they just made a statement. They just played that fine line of, okay, we gonna call, you know, which and to be honest with you, I felt like they ain't had no choice. It happened in their own backyard. Like, we can't play today. It's not a good look. You get what I'm saying? So that was a great statement, and it brings awareness like they've been doing since the beginning of the bubble. You know, I like all the Black, you know, Lives Matter shirts and, you know, the commercials and all that. That's all good and goody two shoes and everything. But if you want to bring change, you got to go for the gusto. You got to hit a homer. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that hit a homer at all. I don't think the NBA hit a homer at all. And I say this, and I'll be honest with you, what a lot of people don't know, I'm a total hypocrite, because I do want to watch the NBA. You know, let's just be honest. Like, I do want to watch the NBA.
Everybody, right.
It's not that I don't want to watch the NBA, but I just felt like if they wanted to make a change, that was just, they didn't even make it to first base. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a change. You sitting out a game 5 and it don't matter. That game didn't matter. Let's just be honest. Like, that game did not matter by them sitting out. They already would have, you know. So my thing is, I felt like the Bucks backs against the wall, and they felt like they had to do it. Plus, they were involved in some injustice, protesting things, which, you know, hats off to them. I'm not saying nothing about that, but I'm saying what happened in Kenosha, what's happening in the world. You either hitting a home run or you striking out. That's it. Ain't no in the middle.
There's no in between.
Ain't no in the middle. And I feel like we tried to fall in between, like, okay, we're gonna sit out this game and we're gonna talk about Saturday. No, you can't do that if you're gonna go change. So that's how I feel.
Yeah. I know, you know, I spoke about this before on a previous episode, and for those of you guys that don't know, you know, the NBA lost $798 million in one day. LA, of course, is a televised game. Yes, 700. Let me say it again. 798 million with an M dollars in one day from the Bucks series, LA series, and I think Houston series. And it solely comes from everything that they paid for was already supposed to be televised. They paid for all the television slots. They paid for all the people to do the job, all the work, all the setup, everything. You know, if people don't really understand the magnitude of TV deals, it's insane, you guys. Like these guys are talking about spending millions to be on TV.
Yeah.
You know, so for them to just miss out on those millions, like, that's crazy. This is the part where I say they missed. I completely understand they did it. I think it was a great cause. I think it was great intentions. My only thing is that I hate to be that person that always say enough isn't enough. I hate to be that person, y'all. But sometimes enough just ain't enough, man. And I'm telling you now, if LeBron James would say, I'm not playing a single game the rest of the season, everybody in NBA will fall in line.
True.
And I feel like if we lost 798 million, imagine the rest of these games. There's a lot of money lost And I told you guys, man, mark my words. The way we get change is if we have power. You can't make change in this world sometimes unless you have power. And you can have 9 million people standing outside the courthouse, but they're just not as powerful as LeBron James. And it sucks to say that, but that's just what it is. And shout out Kyrie Irving. He did say it prior. So what's your thoughts, DeMonte? I know you spoke on it.
Well, yeah, I think it's funny that Bijo's on here. He, you know, I don't always comment on everybody's stuff, but I see everything, especially to, you know, the people I follow. There's people who are just on standby that you scroll down social media. There's some people you actually follow. But Bijo said he apologized to Kyrie Irving, you know, and I honestly didn't, me personally, I really thought about that. I asked myself that question. I really thought about it. And I didn't feel a need to, but I don't disagree with the fact that Bijo did. Because there was a part of me that was like, maybe Kyrie was on to something. But then there's another part of it is just like, he was just throwing a rock in the ocean. You know? So Bijo, you want to shed a little light on why you felt like you thought you needed to apologize to him. I do get where you're coming from, but I'm just telling you from my perspective.
No, most definitely. I think you never know, like, who, you know, people rub shoulders with or how they get enlightened and they walk in life. And
Right.
I think, you know what I'm saying, that's powerful. Just whoever you whoever inspiration, who you get. And I think sometimes we take that for granted. That's really underrated. But I was like, man, like when Kyrie first, I was just like everybody else, like, come on, man, like selfishly thinking, like, man, we just want to see basketball, man. We already got this Corona stuff. We in this, like, we just. But as that's going on, these injustices and these situations haven't went anywhere. I'm talking about, you know, from Ahmad Taylor to Breonna. Ahmad. I'm sorry. My man who was running, you know what I'm saying, got killed, running in just jogging, got killed, to Breonna Taylor, to George Floyd. These things were going on around this time when Kyrie said that, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was like one of those things like, man, he might be on, you know, when you just sit back and reflect. And I think, you know, a lot of us have those aha moments, but we selfishly, you know what I'm saying, turn off the underside of our brain and be like, man, I just want to see basketball. But what dude talk? What dude on? You know what I'm saying? Like, they done took everybody, they done stripped us for everything. So I think, you know, but I also, and I kind of like feel DeMonte. Maybe it was one of them things where he was like, oh, let me see where this go. Let's see where this go with it. You know, right here. You know, he took the but like I said, I apologize to him because it ain't stopped. You know, we saw less than Kenosha. Y'all gotta understand, Kenosha less than 30 minutes from where we at. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely in our backyard. So we definitely gotta, you know, understand where he was coming from or respect where he was coming from.
Yeah. And I just want to put a 2 cents in there real quick, just because I feel like to side note, the superstars in our life, like Kyrie, the LeBron James, these NBA guys. Hey, one thing I have spoken of before, and I'm just a firm believer in it. I'm telling you right now, if your child plays basketball for me, I'm not gonna riot when somebody is murdered, when somebody is shot, when there's an injustice. All right, I'm a riot for your kid to be successful in life before things happen, while things are happening, to help him become a better person, not just when there's an injustice, because there's injustice every day. So all I ask is you guys, if we're out here trying to protest, we're out here trying to riot, we're trying to fight for justice, and we can do that stuff every day. You see somebody out there that need a helping hand, you can be that person and try to help that child out. Even if it doesn't give you money, even if it doesn't benefit you monetarily, you can still help that person out. So don't just riot and burn down buildings when it's something to riot about, because it's always something to riot about. It's always kids that don't have shoes. It's always kids that don't have meals. It's always kids that don't have fathers. And you can riot and change lives every single day if you choose to, not just when there's injustice and person being shot. So I just challenge people, every time you think of a negative status, to put up a positive one, put up a solution, put up something you're doing to help the community. That's all I wanted to say on that.
I think
too often.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I think that Kyrie's lack of plan too. I see my Michi said that Yeah, that was part of it with Kyrie was he didn't really have any answer. Like that's kind of why I said the Rock and Ocean is kind of like I know he wasn't playing either, so it was kind of like he was just like, yeah, we should just start a league, bro. All the bros should just start a league, and it was like you ain't even say where the money coming from, who's gonna be in charge. Like he just threw out an idea. Now this young man gets shot 7 times in the back, and we're just sick of it at this point. We should have been sick before that. But that caused that now, for us to look back and go, because where's Kyrie been since he made those comments? We ain't really heard from him. So
that's true. So I definitely think it's always great for us to have these conversations, man. And I appreciate everybody willing to at least speak and try to put some positive in this world. So with this playoffs, we will get to the Bucks and the Heat. We will get some predictions for this Utah and Denver series because it's crazy right now. But I just wanted a quick pick from you guys. We got Boston versus the Raptors, and we also what is potentially Lakers versus Houston or OKC. So, B-Joe, quick, who do you got in the Boston versus Raptors series? Who you taking to win it, and how many games?
It's gonna go to.
We can't hear you, B-Joe. It was cutting. Hold on. Okay,
I'm back on. It's gonna go to entire length of the series.
yeah,
Two probably the better coaches in the NBA going at it. So if you are an inspiring coach, no matter what, you're gonna check out this series. Man, I put my money against the Raptors last year and lost. You know what I'm saying? I know they missing one of the league's best, but I just think they're a well-oiled machine, though. But Boston got 2 studs over there that you really can't. There's not nothing that you can you can't really bypass them. So I'm gonna say Toronto on a nail biter. I think they have the tougher guys, and I know y'all gonna be like, what? What's the guy they always say? They be playing. They be like, man, you look just like dude. What's the
Marcus
one dude?
Smart.
Yeah, DeMarcus Smart. I know that. What's
I ain't heard that, but bro, you do look.
He look just like you, dog.
Oh, man. Listen here, man. Hey, that brings up a segment we gonna have later in the show too. But
we got something for y'all, man.
That's crazy. I didn't even thought about that. You look like
hey, what's that? Boston got some tough cookies over there, but man, ain't nothing like a well-oiled machine though. And Toronto is a well-oiled machine, and you can tell teams who believe in each other. They believe in each other. Van Fleet, man, they believe in each other. Kyle Lowry ain't the best eyes to look. He ain't the finest dude to look at out there, but he get the job done, man. So
he effective.
Man, it's getting it done, and it's not getting it done. There ain't no second place, man. You lose, you're a loser. Who you got?
I got Toronto though.
Toronto.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with B-Joe. Okay? People that's watching out there, huh? Toronto, you're done. Okay? They don't have no answer for Tatum. Don't have an answer for Brown. Brown is just bullying, is getting what he wants. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But no answer for Kemba. Kyrie just about done. Okay? Gasol can't make a shot to save his life. He's just out there. Ibaka's just without no shot blocking capability whatsoever. He brings no value. Candy inconsistent shooting outside. He's done. Okay,
killing Toronto right now.
Boston in 5.
That's a hot take, brother. That's a hot take.
He need a spicy take for that one, but
Boston in 5.
I'm a real quick. I'm gonna let you round it off, Glenn. But I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna take in the fact of what happened. I'm not gonna take what happened in Game 1 because it's hard not to, because Boston really shocked me. Because they don't have a lot of size, but they play together. They have good defenders. They can switch everything, and they can shoot it, and they can they can drive it, and they got the great coaching, and they play smart together. But I just have a feeling about Toronto, man, and I think they're gonna switch this thing around. Toronto just so deep. Their coaching is great. and they guards are tough as nails, bro. I'm gonna have to go Toronto 6 games, bro. I don't think it goes 7. I think Boston gets one more, and Toronto wins the next one and takes control of the series again. I think Toronto get them in 6.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told people, man, my dark horse coming out the East was Boston. And I can say it for this. They are one of the only teams in the NBA that I can see currently that they can switch a screen with 3 guys, and it's a problem. And it's no problem. They can literally switch guard to guard, big to big sometimes, and that's a problem. I got Boston in 7 just because Toronto right now for me is one of the best all-around teams in the NBA. To me personally, they have a lot of pieces, and my X factor is Van Fleet for Toronto. But to be honest with y'all, I just see Jason Tatum having a field day on them. He just right now he clicking, and I got Boston in 6. I'm sorry. I got Boston in 7. I just don't, it's something that's throwing me off about them. So,
hey, Glenn, can I say, Glenn? I think that in order for Toronto to make it a series, Van Fleet has to play phenomenal. Okay, Kyrie has to play phenomenal, but I just think that the Boston, in my opinion, Boston guards are better on both ends of the floor. That's going to make it difficult, and that's why I give them such a big edge over that, because you need Van Fleet to play phenomenal for them to even have a chance.
But don't forget Siakam. Don't forget Marc Gasol. Like Marc Gasol, they don't have any size. I'm not saying he's going to go in the post a lot, but when it comes down to rebounding, when the games get tight, when butt cheeks get tight, when it's on the line, you got to go with these vets. Gasol's a winner. Ibaka's a champion.
But to say that,
champions, bro. That's not going to be no easy.
Though, I have seen Tobias out-rebound 7-footers.
Bro, this the league.
But Marcus Smart, I'm just saying Marcus Smart could get you 8 rebounds.
No, Smart's a great rebounder, but OG Anunoby's a good athlete. That boy Norman Powell, he's serious.
But I'm not saying Gasol is weak or Marcus Smart just gonna But if there's anybody to out rebound somebody, Marcus Smart is gonna be up there.
Oh, Marcus Smart's a dog for sure.
Right, and I think so.
But the Celtics aren't.
We're gonna see though, man.
If Tatum's not shooting it well too, he goes in these little mini slumps sometimes. He does. If he's not shooting it, he does that sometimes, and that's the thing. Like this is gonna be a long series. It's gonna be a long series.
So I know we got the Lakers, and then it could be Houston or OKC.
Come on,
I know a lot of people are pretty much already counting OKC out, which I mean OKC is actually a decent team, bro. Like they actually playing very well. Shout out Chris Paul. But Joe. So if it's Lakers Houston, we're just gonna do it quick because I know we got Lakers Houston, then we got Lakers OKC. I just want to see what you guys think. So we're gonna do it quick. If you got Lakers Houston, who you got winning the series?
Without a doubt, Lakers.
Good.
Without a doubt.
Good, B. Joe. You got time for all that. He ain't got to be talking a whole lot. You know what I mean? They actually ranch or blue cheese. Just give me ranch, bro. I ain't got to tell you why it's molded and nothing like that. Just give me the ranch, man.
Right. So Lakers OKC, you sounded real confident in the Lakers. I'm assuming you got the Lakers on the OKC series.
Yes.
All right.
Without a doubt.
Charlie, do we even ask Charlie? I don't even think it's fair.
I don't ask Charlie.
They give him the X. I don't think we need. Who you got, Charlie? I know you want to say something. Who you got?
Lakers versus Rockets. Lakers in 6. Lakers versus OKC. My Lakers in 5.
I got Lakers. One of them might be a sweep. one of them might be a sweep, and then the other one might pull out one. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. I like James Harden, but I don't like him at the same time. I really hate his playoff performances because when he shoots them 30 shots, it really looks ugly in the playoffs. Which is very tough for me to think he's going to beat Anthony Davis, who probably dang near is the best Laker right now. But
question: can Houston cause some problems? I mean, they could cause some problems because of that weird style of play. The Lakers sometimes don't always shoot it well. AD's playing out of his mind right now, and Houston don't have any bigs. But they do. I mean, PJ Tucker seems like he can guard any 7'5" guy. So I think Houston plays weird. They play weird and they get you to play their game. If Russell gets to fire on all cylinders, I do see them, keeping a couple of them close. And I get the 6 games. I definitely get that.
I mean, my X factor though is somebody that is very unique in the NBA right now. They have never played this matchup yet with that lineup, and that's Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is going to tear them apart. Like, he is literally going to shoot the mid range, which he's really good at. And he's arguably defensive player of the year. He is going to tear that little lineup to pieces.
He better, because you get 3-point happy when you play the Rockets, because that's all they shoot. And me being a coach, I know this. When you play against that style, you almost sometimes can't help but to indulge. And AD's one of them dudes who, like, he's 6'11", so he want to show the whole arsenal. Instead of just really, he could just dominate on the block, really, against the Rockets. But I guarantee you, he'd be out there more than he should be. And that's going to play in their hands.
Say something, Charlie?
If Rockets are hitting on all cylinders, then it makes Coach D'Antoni look like a genius. I, for one, was able to get a first glimpse of it when the Lakers played the Rockets, after they made that trade or whatnot, and the Rockets was hitting, man, and it was just tough. It was brutal to watch that. Westbrook was getting whatever he wanted. Harden was on fire. Covington was on fire. Man, it was tough. It was tough, and I would have thought it would have been easy to defend, but when you got Davis out there on that island, man, it wasn't good for my Lakers, man. But I'm pretty confident. Dang it, they're gonna make the necessary adjustments needed.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out at 6. Come out at 6.
All right. So I know, man, this has been a topic I've been seeing just everywhere on Facebook. And to be honest with you guys, like, this has been one of the funnest duels I have watched in the league. Oh my goodness, bro! In many years, man. This Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray, bro, they are going at it like they not playing, bro. So, but I just kind of wanted to specifically talk about Jamal Murray. I know Donovan Mitchell has gotten his flowers to a certain degree. Jamal Murray been balling all year, man. It's not just this bubble, y'all. Jamal Murray been actually hooping this year. It's just when you got Damian Lillard putting up 40, I mean, it's hard to get around that. You know what I mean? It's a little difficult. You know what I mean? So, Charlie, as far as Jamal Murray, like, where do you see him going from here? Do you see him on a all-star status, superstar status, just a regular star status? And if you could give us a prediction of who you think is going to win Game 7.
Real quick, Charlie, before you chime in, because I can't wait to hear what you're about to say. I know Bijo been watching this series too. I just wanted to throw one little quick thing in about Jamal Murray. He is one of the players who falls victim to the NBA didn't see it coming. And when they don't see it coming, you ain't one of their guys necessarily, right? When you like a Luka, and are you a Zion? These guys are. Jamal Murray, for basketball purists, already knew he had that type of game. Now he's starting to really flourish, really now, and he's playing with heart. The boy almost was about to cry in the hallway after the game. Get him in that Game 7. Make sure, you know what I mean? Put all that in perspective, bro, because I wanted just to chime in and throw that little comment in before you said, because dude really been hooping, like, for real.
Hey, Jamal Murray, superstar. Okay? Superstar. I've become a fan, and it's kind of, you pay attention to the other guys, like Monty just mentioned, to the Lukas and, the Damian Lillards or whatnot of the league. So, you kind of overlook him, but he got game. So definitely superstar status. I see them winning Game 7. The reason why, Utah had them. They had them. Go back 2 games ago. They had them in a large lead, man. And they just somehow made Jamal Murray and willed them back, man. And then they got the momentum. They can't stop the boy. Can't stop him running nose, actually. So they can't stop him, man. No matchup for him whatsoever. He gets it again, man. I got him going for about 40 in Game 7. Laid it all out there on the line. The boy playing with it. He on a mission, man. I got Nuggets in 7, Game 7.
Bijo, what you got?
I just got to piggyback off Charlie, man. Like, I agree with everything he said. I think Murray is definitely on his way to superstar status, you know, and I agree with what you said. Like a lot of people slept on him. My boy, who we going against, Donovan Mitchell, aka D Wade.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't gonna make it easy for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're doing a good job of giving us a throwback type of matchup type of atmosphere. You know, when matchups really meant something. You know, they're providing that for us. So I think the Nuggets got the momentum right now, and I think you got to have a certain type of humility when you enter into superstar status. You know what I'm saying? I think Jamal Murray got that humility. You know what I'm saying? Or if you go to the historic backgrounds, everybody who was just right there where Murray was at, and they was going to the next level of trying to be a superstar in the league, they had that certain type of passion, that hugger, that humility. Like, man, I'm just out here hooping, and I'm gonna make sure. I just want to win. You know what I'm saying? And I think Jamal Murray kind of gives us that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives it that feeling like, man, this dude out here, man, he don't care about nothing else but going to the promised land. Going to the promised land. And
Yo, B. Joe, you saw the reaction by Donovan Mitchell after they lost. You know, he was pretty heated, man. He's ready to kick the camera over, man. I wouldn't be shocked if he really comes out ready to play. My problem with him is I don't know if his team all around him are going to be all ready.
Like, how much better can you do than 50?
Yeah. Right, but 50 ain't gonna be enough. The other guys gotta have a good game for Utah to win. Denver got so many other guys who can have a good game, and Jamal can just explode. I would love to see those guys get in a defensive duel, right? I would love to see them both take the challenge and guard each other all game, and they end with 21 and 19. That'd be something, 21 points and 19 points. I don't want to keep seeing them go for 50. I want to see them lock up in Game 7.
Mitchell can't guard Murray.
Hey, Mitchell, the better defender out of the two players, though.
But this the thing, though. I'm not saying I like Donovan Mitchell, but when it comes to the bag, right now, I just feel like Murray got a deeper bag, bro. Like, bro, he coming off the screens, rap, snap.
No, it looks lovely. But
it is so flawless. It's so
Mitchell got that bounce, though. He explosive.
Oh, no, bro. I just love this duel in general. What Bijo was saying is something that I feel like has molded a lot of us as players and as coaches, is having that toughness to want to go out and have great games against great players with no excuses. That's one thing that I love about this series. Right now, it's not anybody looking down, head down, being mad. They hit a shot, they back. They are trying to win, bro. Like, there's no excuses on missed shots. There's no excuses on a person taking too many shots. And I'll say this just to piggyback a little bit. Sometimes when James Harden does this, goes for 50, it doesn't look good sometimes. But the way these dudes are going for 50, bro, they're going for 50 and it looks flawless. It looks like it's in the game. Like, it doesn't look like they're just chucking shots up one-on-one. And I love it. But I got Murray, man. I got Denver as a little bit of a better team. I think Jokic is going to come in handy this Game 7. I'm a little disappointed in Jokic, just a little bit, just because I had a higher standard for him right now. I feel like he's doing his job, but I feel like he could just be doing a little bit more for me, at least. But I got Jamal Murray going crazy, and they winning in 7.
Charlie kind of convinced me. I was like right in between. I think it was 51-49. Okay, I'm not one of the people who always stuck, but I'm not easily convinced either. But Charlie, you did sway me just a little bit. I think Utah, when I was watching this series, I feel like they were a more well-balanced team, but Denver looked like they wanted more. Utah, like they missed their family. They ready to go home. They got the more veteran team. Denver looks a little more hungry, bro. I think they're going to pull it out, and I do agree. They're reeling. When you're reeling, you know what I mean? Somebody hit you a couple times against the ropes. It's different when you front running. So I definitely kind of agree with you on that. I think Denver squeezed another one, and I think he goes 38 plus. I think he goes about 42 in the win.
Rudy Gobert, Clarkson,
Clarkson, true.
Ingles. Come on, man. Hey, get that boy Mitchell out, man. I felt bad for him, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
that one varsity player that's good on the play. He the only good player on the team. The rest of them suck.
Hey man, I try to tell y'all, man, I done been in a series against the Spurs, and bro, I'm doing everything possible, bro. I'm trying to foul, I'm trying to score, I'm trying to defend, I'm trying to get 30, I'm trying to get 20 rebounds, I'm trying to defend Tree, then I'm trying to defend Beto and Hot Rod. And at some point in time, I realized, man, enough. It just ain't enough, bro. You can do as much as you want. But it just sometimes, bro, it just enough ain't enough, bro. And I just feel like Donovan Mitchell has done so much. It's very hard to do more than what he's already done.
True.
And so now with this being said, we know the Bucks, they eliminated the Orlando, couple few bumps in the road from there. And now, we got a pretty kind of tight battle right now from what people are saying and thinking. We got the Bucks versus the Heat. So, Joe, who do you have winning this series? How many games? And if you could you just give me one X factor in the game? It can be from either side of why that team would win.
I don't think I can give you an X factor. I can just give you the factor. My heart is going. I'm rooting for the Bucks, but I'm a coach too. So just looking at the game when you just dissect it, like nobody. We don't have an answer for Jimmy Butler. Not one answer for Jimmy. Like Jimmy Butler's he's gonna dictate the series, and you surround a Jimmy Butler type of player with all them shooters. It's a matchup nightmare, man. Like it's really kind of like it's a matchup nightmare. But my heart is going for. I think. Shoot, let me just go ahead and just. I got the Bucks in 6, man, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be extremely tough. I just got to ride out for the hometown. You know how it be. I'm gonna ride out for the hometown team, but it's gonna be extremely tough. They lost tonight. I don't think, Bud does a great job in these type of. I don't think Bud does a good job, man. I'm just gonna be honest. He pisses me off when I watch him in the playoffs, man. Like,
yeah.
It's
Can I
not
say
my
something real
concern.
quick, Joe? Now I'll let you control. I still want you to say something, Charlie, too. Just to piggyback on what you said, what's crazy is you said you feel like Bud doesn't do a good job. Hey, two things. One, man, Joe, we had some teams where you ain't have to do much. Like you send them out there and it's like, man, they good. Like they good, bro. You don't gotta do nothing. But you know what happened? And you gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But you know what happens? Sometimes you run against that one team where you actually have to coach, and you haven't coached all season, and now you out there looking bad. That's what I'm afraid of with Bud. And then number two, some of the stuff he does is very elementary. Giannis set a screen for Chris Middleton. Then he rolls to the basket, which is very dangerous. Of course, it works, but it's just like it sucks. But he continue, please.
Yeah, no. I didn't have too much more to say, man. I just think Bud sucks in these type of scenarios, man. He's a great guy, you know what I'm saying? He might, donate to charities and things of that nature. But hey, man, when it comes down to getting them W's when it count, I mean, man, like it's a lot of other people that's showing them up right now. And this is when you get to me. This is where you make your paycheck at is in the playoffs as a coach, man. You draw up some stuff, or you put your stars in a position so you put your stars in a position where they can be productive and win series. I still think the Bucks definitely got a chance. There's only one game, but I think what happened tonight pretty much was what everybody was thinking. Like this is kind of a matchup nightmare for us, in regards to us matching up with them. But I still got the Bucks in 6. I think they'll watch what's going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. They're going to watch so much film, it's going to be ridiculous. They're going to watch film. And they're gonna make, but my thing is, why be reactive when you could be proactive? Like, I'm pretty sure they had loads of film on Miami before this game. Came to the game and just kind of laid the egg. I'm not putting it on just free throws from Giannis. I'm not putting it on no single solitary. It was different things throughout this game where I feel like we could have ran away with the win, and then it happened. So now let's be reactive, watch the film. We'll win the next game. But yeah, man, I just want Bud to match the intensity of his personnel, man. It's not happening right now in the playoffs, man.
Right.
And I'm also not not a Bledsoe fan at all. Not one bit. I'm not one bit. Not a single tally. I'm not a Bledsoe fan at all.
Now he didn't play tonight.
I know, but I just wanted to put that out there.
Who Brett Charlie? What you got, man, over there in AZ? I don't know, man. Who you got, man?
I got the Bucks in 7. I got the Bucks in 7. I think the X factor for the Bucks is going to always be Middleton. His shooting. If he's shooting at a high percentage,
He did well tonight.
that just opened the doors for everybody else, especially Giannis. I think the X factors. Well, can I say X factors? Because I think it's Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. Those guys support the supporting cast for Jimmy Butler has to be on point for them to, for them to have a chance. I think, with Bam and Robinson and Hero. So if those guys are hitting, then man, we got a series. Definitely got a series.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Knowing what I know now. Can you still hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
But I got the Bucks. I got the Bucks in 7. I would have had them in 6, but they lost tonight. So, know what I know now. Miami's a tough cover though, man. Like they're a tough cover for anybody, but they just as good at our own game, and they have a better X and O coach. Spoelstra is amazing. He coaches. He does a great job. So. When I watch him do out of bounds, I be over there. I do have my pad out when I watch them play because Spoelstra really be drawing up some stuff, and they play smart basketball. The only thing is, man, I think we figure it out some way on Jimmy. We don't really got nobody that can guard him, but I think that Giannis figures it out, and I think we make enough shots down the stretch. I think we find a way, but I'm not that confident. I'm not that confident.
Yeah,
that's just me being honest. It's just me as a coach. If I'm looking at both teams, I'm just like Miami just got. Bro, you can't help.
No, you can't.
You can't. And again, they got some dogs too. That Crowder's a dog. Like, that Bam out of that dude is not. He in no game. And Tyler Hero from around here. Like them, yeah. Like Duncan Robinson, he was at D3. Like they ain't got no. Look our boy at the point guard, none. Like he's an undrafted guy who fought himself. They got a bunch of hungry players. Their coach was a dang on video guy. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any spoon-fed guys on that team, including their star. So it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I think our biggest battle right now for me is they have a lot of players that are low maintenance. One thing that I try to preach to my players, preach to people that are coming up is, hey, man, you ain't got to be Hollywood to make it, man. Do whatever it takes to be better. Do whatever it takes to win. And if you're not the number one option, you can be the number one option in something. You just have to find your niche. And I hate that they're so low maintenance that their star player will defend the best player. And they don't care. So that's what's scary about Miami. And I have the weirdest X factor. I know people talk about Chris Middleton and how he plays. But one person that completely changes the game for me when I'm watching is Brook Lopez. If Brook Lopez is hitting that 3, it's a whole different game for the Bucks, which in normal factors, he is making the jump shot. But he is an X factor for me because he's that paint protector, but he's that guy that opens up the floor for Giannis almost better than anybody else on the Bucks.
True.
So besides, Korver, Middleton, those guys. But I got Brook Lopez. I have the Bucks in 7 since they lost this game today. But Giannis is going to be Giannis, man. As much as people want to deny it, they don't have a matchup for Giannis either. The only thing is their coach is better. And we seen what happened last year. The Raptors ran the box and one. They put the best defender in the league on Kawhi on Giannis, and then all of a sudden, the Bucks looked like a JV team, which was not. Just saying, bro. Which was not pretty, bro. And I love that Giannis is making a couple threes a game now. But I'm gonna be honest, man. A couple threes a game ain't gonna beat the team, bro. You gotta definitely have Bledsoe play better, which Bijo said he don't like Bledsoe. I'm not a fan that much either. But Brook Lopez, man, you gotta be there, bro. Because Chris Middleton, the best thing he's at is being inconsistent. So we need you, man. So come through for it, bro. You know what I mean? So I know we got our NBA thing in, and now let's kind of get into this city, man. It's been quite a few leagues going on. Everything is just like, man, forget Corona at this point. That's just out here like, hey, I don't even care no more. We hoop.
Bijo, they say you out there without the mask and everything. You showing up at the games outside.
Man, no, man. Bijo showed up with sandals and no socks. He was
Bijo. They said Bijo was out there getting film in. I said, well, I got to come on out there then.
I'm getting my fix, man. Just getting my fix.
And Charlie at home trying to get any little action he can. He know they ain't got no basketball going on. He up there trying to act like he here.
hey, look, Charlie posts so good and so much on the internet. I think that he actually seen the game. Yeah. I be like, bro, he had to be there, bro. Like he be talking about who did what. I'm like, bro, how you see this, bro?
Charlie know the stats: 7 for 9 from inside 15 feet.
Let me find out you got a drone. Let me find out you got a drone out here. Just
Charlie got a drone.
But so as far as this summer basketball, you know, I know we've been, you know, indoor, man. We've been having the luxury. But from what you've been seeing, Bijo, how's it been? Like the experience watching it, being outside. You know, is it, you know, what's the difference, your vibes from it being outside versus inside?
I think it really brings back the origin of just rec, period. You know what I'm saying? Like if people did the study on just, you know what I'm saying, rec ball, it started outside. I remember playing rec ball for my park I used to go to as a shorty, and then it went up, you know what I'm saying? But you played against the greats from wherever park, you know, they were from. And it brings back the origin, and it kind of like gives you a feel of, man, this is all right. You don't really hear, hey, when you out there watching, you don't hear nobody saying this ground hurt my knees. Only thing you hear cats saying is getting at the refs and why you ain't getting back on D, why you ain't box out. They trying to win, you know what I'm saying? And that's the language you want to hear, especially now. And I think what Corona did, and you know, it showed people, you know, when something can be that you really value can be taken away from you, you're just going to cherish it that much more when you get back at it. And I think that's what the rec ball did when, you know, the outside opportunities came, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I see, you know, it's competitive, people talking stuff, you know what I'm saying? It brought back the origins, you know, similar to, you know, a lot of people like to say, you know, a lot of people like to give New York City that notoriety of being like the mecca of outside basketball, you know what I'm saying? And that's because of what's going, you know, of where it started at. It started outside, you know, in the Rucker Parks and the West 4th Streets and those places. Milwaukee, you know, like I say all the time, we were right there next to them. We might not have had the star power, but we were right there next to them in terms of the competitive nature and the way we brought, you know what I'm saying, people out to the parks as far as the supportive and the star power in our state, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we got some of the longest living outside leagues next to New York, you know what I'm saying, with them. So, hey man, I feel like I'm at the crib, you know, and like that's my fix every now and then, seeing you guys go up and down that court, man, and I'm outside and I'm safe and social distancing and doing that thing. So I like what I see.
Right.
Yeah. Now I know Charlie got his drone somewhere hovering. It's probably over court right now. You just waiting on somebody to hop on the court. No, but so I know, like, man, what's it been like? I know you are not only on the outside, but you also on the outside because you out, you're another state and having to watch it. So like, what's your vibe, man? Seeing a lot of these guys that been, indoor, man. We've been a lot of indoor guys. What's your thoughts, man?
I am shocked for one because when I was home and I would try to recruit these guys to playing outside leagues and they give me this whole rundown on why they don't. So I mean I am really enjoying seeing good basketball being played outside, and like B. Joe said, it just brings it back to the basics. And I think on the episode a few episodes back, and I was saying, basketball started outside. So how are you guys not willing to, go back to, be willing to even try out the basics on where you started from the jump, a lot of guys my age started on that blacktop before they got in that gym, so I'm loving it, man. The competitiveness, the games or whatnot, man, I'm loving it all. I need that, man, especially out here. I'm not a part of the rec leagues out here.
Mm-hmm.
Rec leagues was a big part of my life back in Milwaukee, and I loved it. I fell in love with it, man. So I just need that basketball, something to tune in, and especially when everything else is pretty much closed down out here. So yeah. I'm enjoying.
Yeah, I know. Man, as bad as my knees are, man, as much as I've been running and jumping, outside is not for me. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's easy, bro. I can't say it no easier. Sometimes, man, DeMonte played with me in the pro-am, and he will tell you I crossed the half-court line probably about 10 times. And I rebound, touchdown. I'm talking about fast break passes so much, man. I didn't even know. I thought I was air rocket. So, sometimes it's so easy, man. And also too, I think mostly what's fun about it for me though is I get to actually play myself, but also too, it kind of brings the ruggedness back that I love about basketball. And I think guys that have competed against me, I'd rather nobody call a foul, and then we just see who got more heart. I'd rather just see who's tougher. That's just how I love it. If we're gonna fight, then we just gonna fight, and we're gonna find out who tougher. One of us gonna lose. And I'm gonna keep going till my body say no. So for me outside, I kind of get that feeling back where it's like it's about the toughness, the grit, being able to just have the rawness of basketball back, where and excluding all that Hollywood stuff that sometimes go on. You know what I mean? So it's been fun, man. What about you, DeMonte?
I think that the tougher team outdoors and a more strategic team wins outdoors every time. It's not that the skill the skill does play a factor, but the mind over matter plays a bigger factor outdoors. And that's the big thing. Like it's just like playing a road, in the playoffs when you playing outdoors on a road game and it's cold outside. You know what I mean? Those great offensive teams, all that skill don't travel all the time. But good defense travels everywhere, man. And that grit travels. And when you outdoors, like I was watching the game just played this weekend, the game was in the 40s. This grown man, bro, that like them layups wasn't guaranteed outside. Like them floaters was not guaranteed outside. Like dudes is coming through the paint just like you really better cut hard. You better focus. Them free throws are not guaranteed. Whatever you shoot indoors, now will knock 15% down, 20% off of that. So it shouldn't be that way, but that's what I've been seeing. So it's enjoyable, man. It's enjoyable. It takes you back to crates and all that different stuff, man. Like just competition, man. I like it.
And so this past Sunday, Love Food played B.O.B. And shout out to those guys. And
Entire league.
Yeah, and entire league. Shout out to the squad league. And it's I don't know. I guess people say it's a big regular season game.
They brought the stars out. B.J. came.
Yeah, man.
Brought the stars out.
But And we kind of like supposedly the old washed up guys at this point. And then that's the new young crew that everybody are they got a good talented team. And I know Charlie said he actually wanted to see that matchup for a while. And what's your thoughts, man? I think we end up winning. BLB won by 3. And it was a good game. It's a good game.
Actually, I have been waiting about 5 years to see that matchup. It finally happened. I'm so glad somebody went live and they won the Android. First of all, whoever went live, thank you. Great. Listen, man. Yeah, man. It's interesting to see how Love Food works in those younger guys. Very talented. That could be a bigger blessing and a big mistake. Also, I want to know how to, because the younger guys, they when that game slows down, a lot of them all they know is go. Keontae has a very high IQ. The other guy, what's his Gio? Gio, he's nice too. I like him too. Very crafty, but I just I don't know. I'm one for vets. I just always think that the vets are outcome the young bucks or whatnot. But it was a great game, man. Shout out to E Will on that crazy game winner, man. We would have had to fight afterwards. I'm sorry.
That shot was impossible.
He watching the games, man, and he over there shooting the stuff like that, man. And Pat, hey, first, can I say something? Pat, you could not have played that any better, brother.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pat. He could not have played that any better. You know what I'm saying? It was better offense than defense. I don't know if it was luck.
Sometimes enough.
He's a skilled
enough, which sucks sometimes. But yeah, he was all over it.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think the Young Bucks kind of take away from Duke and Pat.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're aggressive guards or whatnot. They're very aggressive guards, but I just think that, in order for Love Food to be successful in that league, I think that Pat and Duke needs to be at driving at him, especially with Matt Meyer out. I would like to see more from them and everybody else kind of fall in line a bit. But it was a great game, man. Great game.
Yeah. I don't know if you got any thoughts on the B-Joe or yes, no.
Let me hear something, B-Joe.
I'll push back on Charlie a little bit. I think you get rid of the young guns, there's no Love Food. There's no Love Food. Like Keontae and Dio are probably the most polished young cats in the city. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, and Malcolm won't get it. They just got to be coached up. You got to coach them dudes up. They're gonna do everything you say. You know what I'm saying? You got to coach them dudes up. But they need to find Pat. They need to find John. They need to find these guys and they sweet spots and things of that nature. They gonna do everything you say. These ain't got. They're probably some of the most humble young guys. Fresh leg young guys in the city. They just ran into the best player in the city, in Eric Williams. I said that 2 shows last time I was on here. Eric, I don't know why Eric can't get money right now, but Eric, I'll be calling you pretty soon. We're gonna get some money, man. Hey, not we, but you gonna get some money. I'm fine, but I think Eric Williams is a handful. He can score from every position, back to the basket, shoot it from the tray, hit guard your best player. He's a younger Glenn. When Glenn was, going like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate
it. They just ran into a younger. They just ran into Eric. You know what I'm saying? Which I would have. What I would have did, like Pat Held, like you said, Charlie. Pat Held, excellent D. I just would have showed him a different look. You know what I'm saying? Just showed him a different look. Sometimes them younger guys, man, you got to utilize them younger guys, man. They want to guard the best too. I know for sure Dio want to guard the guest because he comes from up under my camp. He came from up under Destiny, so he want to guard the best, and he want to be the best player on the court all the time. So I would have put, hey man, you go guard him, and show me that you gonna get a stop. And that's the mind games that you play with them younger guys, and that's how you can blend. But I think it could work though. I think Duke, Pat, And I think they are actually perfect guys for Keontae them, man. They they're not too old, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to put them in position where they blend to get where they gel together. And B.O.B. just do what they do, man. They're an old school veteran type team where they ain't gonna do nothing outside their care. Nobody's gonna do nothing outside their character. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened with when I came and observed the last half of that game. Like Glenn did what he did, Eric did what he did. I think the footer that went to Riverside, DeAndre hit a big free throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did. It was a great game, man. But I think you got to keep them young guns with Lug Food. And there's no disrespect to Jermaine, Corey, and none of them. Those are great guys, great, very good players. But I think they can mentor those guys to being very good, to making that organization, taking that organization to the next level. If you take those guys away, now the organization will stay stagnant.
What you got to say, Charlie? What you had to buck up for a second?
Go ahead, Charlie. You want to chime in? I mean, I kind of agree with both of you guys on both avenues a little bit. I do see the dynamic of having the young guys there, because they they quick, and they get to the paint. But again, I kind of agree, and I kind of agree with Bijo is whoever's coaching them, who's running it. Them guys are young. They 21, 20, years old. Go let them know what you want them to do. Let them know, hey, John shoots that. Like, so he gonna come off that pin down, give him the ball, or hey, we want to push the ball. If you ain't got it, bro, kick it out. But they just treating them as equal and just go out there and play ball. You just do that, they just gonna hoop. They gonna play like they just hooping at their open gym. They ain't finna like, they could play college ball still. They still got dreams and goals. They not out there worried about no rivalry versus B.O.B. They can care less that Glenn won 17 championships. They don't care about that.
2,468 to be exact.
But you know what I mean? They just out there hooping. So you want them to get right. Like Bijo said, Malcolm got a big bro and go over and say, yo, this is how we do it over here. And then, you know what I'm saying? They'll start, because they got to get them boys. I watched them in All County. Them boys, they serious. I saw you over there too, Bijo. I ain't never saw you. I got to come to more of your games or something, man. You was active on that bench, man. You was doing a typewriter over there. I was like, Bijo over there getting a sweat. And it was funny because Chuck was over there looking like he was coaching, but he was just standing still. The Bijo working the refs from the bench, from the back. I was like, what? I said, what kind of clock you got? Bijo over there telling them like, yo, the whole city behind us. The whole city. I heard him. I said,
oh yeah, I sure did.
I saw you.
Yeah, I did.
I thought you said he like, you don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that. The whole city. I said, Bijo over there working the ref, man. The ref's like, I understand. I understand. Hey, I was watching on live. I was just checking you out. I was like, yo, Bijo over there, they about to get every call. Like, you know what I mean? They about to get every call. Chuck was over there acting like he knew he was. Chuck was over there just like, yeah, like what he said. But yeah, man.
It's going to be interesting to see how, the veterans of Love Food mold those younger guys, though, man. They definitely are talented. So it's going to be interesting. And when Meyer gets healthy enough to come back, that's just a whole nother monster right there. So I don't know, man. Hey, can I say something too, man? It amazes me how poised B.O.B. is. Just like I have never seen them like shaking or rattled. Never. And it just amazes me how poised and how they're juggernauts, man, but they just coast and they just do, they don't feed into too much nonsense or whatever. They just come and take care of business and then just kind of, I have never seen them rattle. Never. So that just amazes me how poised they are. You know what I'm saying? Even when I think something may happen where they may lose their cool or, and I could be wrong. I don't know, Glenn. Do y'all argue, man, times and times? What?
Well, the first thing is I can only speak for myself. I've been a pretty predominant leader of B.O.B. On the floor, the vocal side. Charlie, I mean, you coach me with, you know how I play. And for me, I learned my lessons. I think a lot of times with some of these teams, not saying Love Fool, I just mean teams in general, they don't learn their lessons from themselves and from other teams. I'm gonna tell you something. Bijo don't know that I remember and I learned it and I use it till this day. And it works for me all the time. And I can get so much more out of my players because Bijo did it. And then we actually beat Bijo and them in the championship. And I did it to them the whole game. I'm gonna tell you this. I got Downey. He's about 6'8", 6'9". Okay, so what happened was I went in to go grab a rebound on Tree. Bijo didn't even go for the ball, y'all. Bro, like Bijo didn't even look at the ball. He literally just ran straight into me. He didn't care about the rebound. He didn't care about where he was at. He didn't care about himself. He didn't care if he was injured. I was injured. Bro, like he ran straight into me. Tree grabbed the rebound, full court pass to Tobias. I said, dog, like, you know, I'm thinking I'm finna get the board. Not today. They did it to me 3 times. I said, bro, like I keep getting hit. So what happened was Tree is even more motivated to get the rebound because sometimes he don't got to box out because Bijo will run in there and he'll abuse somebody down there. So Tree can get the board. But they don't know sometimes people don't pay attention. So when I tell my guy Downey, I say, man, look, just go for the rebound. Any person that's around you, I'm going to nail them. I don't even care, bro. I'm going to nail them and I'm going to take off. Just get the rebound. He said, yep, I got you. In next play, his person standing there, I clean him out. Go ahead, bro, get the board. Just look up the court. And what people don't understand is sometimes that's to help him out as a player, but to also show that leadership as in it's not about me, it's about we. It's not about how tough you are sometimes. Sometimes it's about how tough you're willing to be for someone else. And I seen that. They did it to me the first pro league. And I'm talking about, man, I was spent. I was wiped. I'm like, dog, like I'm just getting hit left and right. And I learned my lesson. And sometimes with other teams, they don't learn their lesson. They just go out there and hoop. And when it comes to certain things, you know, I've seen it before. I've been hearing this. I've seen this on Facebook about 2 or 3 times. And maybe we got about 2 more years, 3 more years. I heard B.O.B. washed. I seen that before. You know, we old, you know what I mean? But all you got to do is go look at the squad record, and you're going to see. All you got to do is look at the rep lead. You're going to see. Like, you know, so we're not going nowhere, you know, barring we just retire. You know, but all in all, you know, shout out to Love Fool. A good game. Both sides are missing pieces. You know, and I just say this. I spoke to them about this. I think Dio, Keontae, Pierre, those guys are good players. And maybe you guys can attest to this, but sometimes that veteranism is what wins you games, man. Sometimes you can have the best players in the world, man, but with 2 minutes left, I'd rather have a player on my team that knows how to win, that's not as good, than to have a fantastic player on my team that doesn't know how to win. And I just think in the last 2 minutes of that game, just the veteranism side kind of played a part. You know what I mean? Kind of leaving the young guys out there a little bit too much against a winning organization. And I'm just being honest. Most teams, if it comes down to 2 minutes and they're trying to beat us, I'm going to be honest, not to sound cocky, I feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable that I'm going to win with 2 minutes left, even if I'm down 5. Because everybody ain't built for that 2 minute stretch sometimes. Everybody not built for that, y'all. There's a whole lot of cats they'll play a whole 38 minutes, but that last 2 minutes, they don't hoop. And B.O.B. come right in. Let me get that shit. let me get that from you. You know, so, but those guys play great. Shout out to the young fellas and Love Fool. You know, we'll see him again, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, it's a good game. So we wanted to do this real quick. We had some NBA comparisons. And what we did was we took a few players from the Milwaukee Rec leagues, and we wanted to try to see who we think those players play like in the NBA. So I don't know if you want me to start it off just so I can get you can get a gist of what I'm doing.
It don't even either way it can go. Bijo, I personally selected the players because I know, you know, just connected you with. I wasn't finna bring in them players that you be like, yeah, I don't even know who he is, and I can't be having you comparing no NBA guys. So we kind of adjusted some things. Charlie, I got something special for you too.
So I'll just open it up. So the first person we have is Shep. Hey man, he's been balling, he's been killing it. a nice two-way player, athletic when he want to be, can still shoot the ball. And he reminded me of Terrence Ross that plays for the Orlando Magic. Guy that he's sneaky explosive and just can shoot the ball. Not the best shooter, but can shoot the ball when he needs to. And he just kind of got that little well-rounded game, and that's what he reminded me of. He dunked on 2 or 3 people yesterday, at least 2 or 3 times. But that's who I had as my comparison. Shit. I don't know if you guys want to chime in on that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Who you got? Go ahead. You can go. Go ahead, Charlie.
Shep reminds me of a Eddie Jones / Glenn Rice kind of player.
Okay.
We know how explosive Eddie Jones could be.
Yeah.
Eddie Jones is nice, and then we know how lethal Glenn Rice was beyond the arc. So definitely, he gives me those 2 vibes right there: Eddie Jones and Glenn Rice.
Okay. Yeah. That's a heavy praise, Glenn Rice. That's heavy praise. Go ahead, B-Joe.
That's tough. That's tough to compare, Shep. I can see where you got Glenn Rice from. I can see where you got Terrence Ross from. And Eddie Jones from. Eddie Jones might be the best. Eddie Jones is a great comparison.
I think so too. That's good for you.
I think I can't trump nothing. If I would have went first, yeah, I can't trump nothing behind Eddie Jones. I got to mimic what Charlie said.
My player comparison was Trevor Ariza and Jeremy Grant. I got a little bit of both of them.
Jeremy Grant, that's a good one.
Jeremy Grant and Lil Ariza. Just one of them dudes who just get it done, compete on both ends. He'll dunk you. He got nice athleticism. You can't leave him for that corner 3. And he makes athletic finish at the basket like a young Ariza used to do too. Ariza, like a 3-and-D type of guy.
Mm-hmm. I like Ariza too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So our next comparison is Will, Eric Williams. And I don't know what it is, man. There's something about him that makes me think of DeMar DeRozan. Why don't it's that whole thing where he has the sneaky handle, great finish. Like DeMar DeRozan has sneaky hops. Eric Williams has sneaky hops. Like he be finishing real easy at the basket, y'all. Like I don't think people understand. He be dunking it like with ease. And but I think the thing that reminded me the most of him was just that ability to be able to extend like that mid-range area and be able to just like total package kind of around that offensive area. That's who he kind of reminded me of. Who you got, Charlie?
Eric Williams reminds me of a younger Paul Pierce. A younger Paul Pierce, just flat out. Eric is the truth, man. I call him the X Factor, which he is. Well, he's the truth and the X Factor, and I just think that it's an all-around complete game, man. He reminds me of a younger Paul Pierce. He shoot it, can attack you, take you off the dribble, put you in places the way you don't want to be as a defender. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a younger Paul Pierce.
B. Joe.
I'm going with Glenn Robinson. Big dog, man. Hey, when Big Dog was here, he won the #1 draft pick on just on purpose, man. Like Big Dog came out of Purdue because he could kill you with his back to the basket. His 15-foot range was in sync. He can hit the tray. He can guard. He had that. He didn't get the Big Dog name like it was on purpose. He got the Big Dog name because he was a dog. Like he's a real life dog, and that's what he will remind me of. He a dog because he's an offensive. His offensive package is unreal. Plus, he gonna give it to you and secure whoever he want to guard. You know what I'm saying? And like he remind me of Big Dog.
You know what, man? ESPN need to go ahead and sign me up for player comparisons, bro. That's what they need to do. I respectfully love everything y'all been talking about, but when I see Will and I play with him, play against him, I see Russell Westbrook, that feisty competitor downhill, and I see bald head Latrell Sprewell, that mean angry one when he going downhill, that mid range and that driving to the basket. Will when he going on a fast break, you forget about it, bro. I don't care if it's 3 back. That shot going in is going up. and he'll stretch the, and again, sometimes he will take those threes. You be like, you think that's not a good shot, and it go straight in. A lot of that you see with Westbrook. A lot of that you saw with Sprewell. So I think that killer instinct when he plays angry. He played with force.
He could go left though. He could go left though, Monte. Sprewell couldn't go left at all.
You only know that because
nobody can stop him from going right.
Right, you must know that because you know.
Yeah, man, right.
I tried to force him left. I'm like, dang, this dude could go left too. Hey, man, he a problem.
Yeah,
I see the comparison though. I see what you're saying though.
You have to have that look to be with E. Will because when he hooping, bro, he hoop like he don't care. He hate the other team when he competing against them. Yeah. Like for real, that's how he played. Like I just tell him all the time, he be in there like, yeah, man, like you gotta calm him down. Like he be hyped. I like that.
Yeah. So the next comparison we got is Donte Daughtry. And I was y'all like it took me a second, man. I'm like trying to think.
I already got mine.
And it just made me think, man. I don't know. The best I had Nikola Jokic, that good with his body, can stretch the floor a little bit, good around the basket, a great passer. Which Daughtry is actually a really good passer. They won with 4 guys this weekend. And he was the one that made the game-winning pass, and Yak knocked down the game-winning 3. And they won with only 4 players. But I got Donte Daughtry, and I got Nikola Jokic as his NBA comparison. Who you got?
Big Tay, a.k.a. the Big Fundamental, kind of reminds me of Jamal Mashburn a bit.
That's a great comparison.
Jamal Mashburn, and I say that to say, watching Jamal Mashburn and watching Tay, you're not going to speed them up. They're going to calmly take their time, get to their spots on the floor, and play quite efficient basketball. I've never been one to say to see Tay take a bad shot or do something that's outside the norm. High skill, high IQ basketball player. So I say that he's a very paceful kind of player. So he puts me in the mind of Jamal Mashburn.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got, B. Joe?
That's a good pick, Charlie.
Great pick.
But I'm still in the pick. I'm still in something you said earlier. Shoot, now this is Paul Pierce right here. Like like his IQ. And like you be like, man, how did this player? He's bigger than whoever's guarding him, but the way he creates separation from the defense, and he's not faster than them, and he's not like more athletic than them, but he has the basketball IQ and the moves and the footwork to create separation from his defense, and then make the next play. I think that's what got Boston them titles. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul Pierce. I mean, the big ticket was the big ticket, you know what I'm saying? And Ray Allen was Ray Allen, but Paul Pierce was the catalyst to those championships they got, That's what Donte reminded me of because of his IQ, his separation he can make from the defenders, and just how skilled he is from, the free throw line extended, the block, below the block, and then he gonna knock down some trades. But he reminded me of Paul Pierce.
Yeah. That's a good comparison. I see where you're going with the Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is great footwork. I feel like he brought the step back to the NBA basically as a regular move. Like guys did it, but like Paul Pierce was doing it regularly before James Harden, turned into some other stuff. But I'm not gonna change mine. I got a little bit of Jokic. I'm more favoring Anthony Mason.
People, man. I keep naming all these ball head people.
Everybody had a ball head at those times.
You gonna be bald, boy. You better stop playing.
Everybody got ball head, but a little Mason, a little Jokic, and more so like
Morris Chestnut,
Phoenix Suns, Boris Diaw.
Oh, that's who he is for real though.
Boris Diaw with the Suns could hit that 3. He had that Euro game, and I think Donte got a lot of Euro in his game.
He was hitting it with the Spurs too.
Yeah, he was, but like, he killed with the Spurs too. But like, by that time, he was all skilled,
Hey, The Mason funny, but it's truer than the bus.
The what?
Anthony Mason.
I said Anthony Mason funny, but
No,
it's true.
yeah, Anthony Mason was like like one of our first true point forwards. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, that's funny. He got handled.
Bogus though, like y'all gave him all bald head people. Like y'all knew y'all could have.
Who else was bald head?
Man, listen.
Jokic ain't bald head.
Yeah, listen. My only thing is the main thing I remember from Anthony Mason is the dang turnover, man. That's the biggest highlight, man. It's a bad
Anthony
feeling.
Mason was a really good player.
He was, man.
Wow.
But that
Hey, you got
turnover
me crying though. But the Boris Diaw is a great comparison.
Yeah, I
That's
like
him
that.
for real.
I like that one. So, man, our next piece, man. Next guy is B. Joe. Who do we got, man? Who is our NBA comparison?
You knew that was coming. Stop it.
Hey, man.
Who's the NBA comparison?
You called it out.
Hey,
You
so
called it out, dog.
I just had to make this very simple, man. I had to go with GP, the glove, Gary Payton, man. For the simple, bro, listen. B. Joe will play zero defense and talk you right into a missed layup. And then, hey, B. Joe talks so much. B. Joe literally came down the court, and this I know extra, but he said, bro, ain't no white dude ever been able to defend me in my life. I said, dog, what? Like, bro, he tried to bring back the pain of slavery, bro. He said, no white dude ever defend me. And then he got a bucket. I said, dog, it just reminded me of Gary Payton, a two-way player, talk you out the game. But I think the best thing, though, that he brings, man, is he's one of the best glue guys I've seen play basketball that could have been a superstar at any moment, at any time of the game. And Gary Payton did that all the time.
Appreciate that.
Boy, say no, me. I said, nah, it's a threat. What's going on? All right, who you got, Charlie?
I'm gonna go with GP and Derek Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff Derek Fisher
Without the muscles. Yeah, the muscles.
That's a good comparison, man.
I think that offensively, he offensively, I'm gonna go with man, both offensively and defensively. But I just think that knocking down big shots, man, beyond the arc is definitely B. Joe, and just that demeanor from him, man. The funny thing is, I always heard stories about him. B. Joe at Bayview, I came probably about a year after, once he had left Bayview or whatnot. I heard stories about him then. And then I hear stories about him in the rec league. So we actually played him in the college league, DeMonte. We're going up against Big Tree. and the talking.
Oh, my God. I know. Yeah.
Shut him the heck up. Just shut him. So he, I don't know, he must have pump faked the crap out of Ron Patton. Looked at him, stupid, shot the three, and then turned around and walked back the other way to get back on D. And I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me, man. And I'm just like, just seeing that, something like that, man. I'm not used to seeing that. Not used to going up against that. And it's just the talking and talking. He walking and he talking. Walking and he talking. And then I'm like, God, this dude is something serious, man. So he definitely gives me GP vibes with the mixture of Derek Fisher playoff.
That's a good one, man. I think the Derek Fisher thing. So I be creeping B. Joe Page when he doing his old high school games every now and again. He put the VHS in, and it's pretty good quality though. I don't know how he get it that clean. He get good quality on the VHS. He rewind it. I don't even know if he got the remote. He just go and press the VCR to rewind it. But I'm gonna put two players in there because his younger self looked a lot like to me. And he shot it better, but looked a lot like Rod Strickland. And the way he attacked the goal, he had some good guys around him, but the way he ran the team looked a lot like Rod Strickland. The way he used to change the pace, stop and go, things like that. But the one I saw, like the B. Joe I saw, and is more like to me, is like more like Sam Cassell. So Sam Cassell, Sam Cassell he talked, but he's one of them guys who was always like just one of the better guys on the court, but nobody ever really was saying his name, and you just look up and be like, yo, Cassell got game, bro. Like, he was a really good player, an X factor wherever he went. So I would compare those two players to get to what I see.
And so our other pick for the night, man, we got Charlie, the coach. Yes, him here. So, you know, man, I had a teeter, man. I had a teeter like it was just I don't know, man. I had a mixture of people. So I had a mixture of Bobby Knight and Doc Rivers. All right. Now let me explain. Let me explain this. I had to put the Bobby Knight in there because dog, when Charlie be mad, bro, like he be mad, bro. Like he don't want to hear nobody talking. Like he looked like he ready to slap everybody. And then he looked like he want to get out there and do it himself just so he can show you how weak you is. Like, and then he turned around and he had that Doc Rivers dad talk with you. Like, you know you could have did better than that. You know you could have did better. If you ran the lane properly, you would have caught the layup and just do it. So I had the mixture, man, of that mean / veteran nice guy, kind of in between that, you know what I mean, bipolar situation. Who you think he is, B. Joe, man? If you gotta give a name,
but you gotta understand, like people love to play for Charlie, so I think he's a people's coach. So I'm gonna mix it up, not only towards the coaches, but also towards race. So I give him a white coach first, so I think he's like got a lot of Mike Fratello in him. People wanted to play for Mike Fratello back in the day. In Atlanta. Good people's coach, he's coaching Dominique and Spud and all them, people rocked out with him. But in terms of him wanting the best out of his players and him wanting to, like, he know the game and things of that nature, I give him he got a little bit of Avery Johnson though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like one of he means well and he lives a good life and he wants his players to kind of be symbolic of what he does, but he can get feisty too. You know what I'm saying? So I say Fratello and Avery Johnson.
That's a good call. Good call.
Yeah, that is.
You good at this game. You're good at this game.
Right.
I ain't that bad, man. I ain't that bad.
But I'm gonna one up you on this one. All right. So his demeanor is Mike Brown from the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? LeBron coach. Okay. He knows the game. Okay. He's more of a defensive oriented coach. Charlie's always gonna be talking about defense and rebounding. He's not gonna be talking about offense too much. He always talking about defense and effort. That's all he's talking about. So that's the Mike Brown. And Mike Brown, though, his demeanor is more like chill. You don't see him. You just see him to his lip out. But his inner, though, when he calls the timeout, Charlie, he loses his mind. Okay? After he loses his mind, okay? When he loses his mind, he's like Nick Nolte on Blue Chips. You remember? You remember in the locker room? He's going nuts and he walks out. Then he comes back in. He's like, I just love you guys. Then he comes right back out. He's like, it's the worst team I've ever seen in my life. Charlie's in the huddle sometime, bro. And he's just talking for 45 seconds about how terrible we are for 45 seconds. Like, yeah, this team, this is horrible. You playing terrible. And he's like, all right, let's go get one. His hat didn't fell off and all kind of stuff, bro. Hey, Charlie, I do listen, though, bro. I do. When you be in the huddle, you know what I'm saying? From like, again, guys want to be coached even when they like older than you or they might be a pro player, play whatever. Guys just want somebody to tell them something while they in the fray because everybody they playing a child's game, so they want. So Charlie's in there yelling. I'm just like, he ain't like he lying. You know what I mean? Let's get back on defense, like you know what I mean. So yeah, man, that's what I got.
Yeah. So I definitely think it's a lot of comparisons out there. Maybe we need to have this again. You know what I mean? But what we gonna do is we'll wrap up really soon. We got a so goated top 5 bubble players in the city. So who been the best top 5 that's been playing currently right now, whatever leagues we see, the players that we know, and basically like, man, who's been playing the best. I mean, we can all do a 5 and then go around in 4 like you kind of did there. What you want to do?
It don't matter if everybody got their list. We can just we can just run them off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's cool with me too. If it's whatever.
You guys got your list together? B-Joe, you got one in your head? You like Jay-Z. You don't write nothing down.
Right. He go in the booth all freestyle.
Yeah, he like Jay-Z. He don't write nothing down, but he ready. Just put the beat on. He good.
Yeah.
Y'all want me to get?
I like to hear y'all.
You like to hear us first?
I like to hear. Yeah, I like to hear y'all perspective first, but I can go though. But
I'll kick it off. Just get some names, bro. I'm just gonna run through my list quick. I'm not gonna give us a whole bunch of talk. The bubble is basically from COVID start until about right now. Basically the outdoor stuff. You know, it ain't been a lot of indoor stuff. So who's been the hottest 5 names in the rec league? I ain't talking about no pro players. I ain't talking about nobody playing the league and all that. When I say pro players, I mean NBA and all that. I got Hot Rod, who recently went to college. I seen some dunks in the Merrill League. He still was jumping, and he was still playing defense. So I got him at 5. Keontae White, his name is buzzing. I actually, spoke for him earlier this year in some situations he had with school, and I didn't know, I didn't see him in person until this summer for playing ball, and man, he's serious and he's made a real name. 3, I got Shep. I've seen Shep in plenty of leagues. He ain't played as good as I've seen him play this summer. So I think he's been playing really good. Maybe he's always been that good. Darrell Riley, even though he is slightly, he's a pro, but he's been playing rec leagues. So he's been playing all summer. I've been seeing him in summer. I've been seeing him working out. I've been seeing him around. I think he's been playing really well. And we played in the pro-am. I mean, he's the reason why we lost the game. So
he was the reason.
Yeah,
we was the reason, man. We let an offensive player try to defend the defensive. Offensive.
Well, true. No, true. That was our fault, but still, and the game get over. I'm like, man, we let this, this kid, he did that. And then number 1, he will. I ain't see him have no drop back from in COVID or whatever, bro. I think we played in San or in Baghdad in the rec league, but the boy will be hooping. So that's my 5.
Who you got, Charlie?
At number 5, I got Shep. Number 4, I got young fella Tezo.
Yeah, my guy.
Number 3, I got the Dundada Greg.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, he been hooping.
Number 2, I got Keontae White, who has been phenomenal to watch. And number 1, I got the X Factor, Eric.
Yeah. All right. So my number 5, man, I got Dante Daughtry. Guy's been actually really balling. I know sometimes it's easy to play with Dupree and all them other guys, but he definitely hold his own in pretty much every league. My number 4, I got my sneak piece. I got Dunk. Devontae Patterson, he played with B.O.B. Young guy, boy, be putting up 20 points a game, absolutely shredding people. Like, I'm just saying. My number 3, I got Keontae White. I really like his game, how it's coming along. My number 2, this guy's been murdering pretty much every league he's been in. He's in MVP talk for 3 leagues right now: Rose, Merrill, and Squad League. 3. That's Shep. I got Shep at number 2. And now, no disrespect to other guys, but by far, I got E. Will at number 1. Is not even close. So that's my 5 right, John.
Y'all gotta stop stealing from me too, man. I said this.
Hey, great minds think alike, brother.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So, number 5, man, I got a little different list than y'all. I guess I could say.
Yeah.
I got Pat Rogers, man. It ain't too many people who can jump off both legs like at the level he do. And every time I see him play, man, Pat Rogers delivers. Like,
Very true.
The 3-4 times I've seen him play, like, he has had very efficient games, man. So I got Pat at 5. 4, I'd be wrong not to put one of my little homies in the mix. I got D.O. Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be the best in the city pretty soon. Good luck keeping somebody in the front of him, man. He just, once the IQ comes, he got the talent, but D.O.'s there. Number 3, man, I got an oldie but goodie. Dupree Fletcher still got it when he when he want to turn it on, man. It's tough to beat him, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, he could do it on both ends, and he can lead the team to victory whenever he wants to. Number 2, I got Keontae White. I think he's one of the more up and rising, and he got to go. He's similar to E. Will in terms of he got like one of those turbo buttons to him. You know, that's unfair. You know, him and E Will got a turbo button in real life that you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? And then number one, E Will, like until somebody take the throne, like man, he pretty much is the big dog of the city. That's why I named him. You know, that was his NBA comparison, big dog. So those are my five, man, with Pat
Great list.
and my 3 guard. Huh?
Great
Can
list.
I give an honorable mention?
Go ahead.
I didn't get a chance to, but Aaron, I'm not sure if you're watching, but Aaron has been playing great basketball, and he kind of puts me of a mind of a Ron Artest. You know, and
Talk about Doug.
control the temper. I guess I'm always getting Aaron. I'm trying to give you.
I was laughing at. Aaron, yeah.
Aaron has been
put it on the screen. Aaron, you never overlook, brother. You got game.
Hey, look. At Merrill Park, Aaron, I'm seeing a different Aaron, man, and I'm surprised that he didn't get the MVP talks, in which he's well deserving of it, man. When he's locked in, and he got his head locked into the game, and ain't focusing on extra stuff. This dude, he can play ball, man. Shout out to Aaron.
Why is that a question? Dub is a ball player, man. Like he just don't he knows he's a ball player, man. He just goes off into his own little world every now and then, like on some Ron Artest and test stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if he just locked in to be a ball player, he easy one of the best around here. He's 6'8", 6'9", can pretty much do it all.
Ask Glenn, I'm right next to him in the pro-am game. And this dude, I'm not lying. I don't know what his final stat line is. He almost had 40 and 20. I'm not lying. Like I'm not exaggerating. Am I lying? I'm saying like, bro,
he definitely was balling.
He was going crazy.
But I'll say this, Aaron, as a piece of advice. You know, I know you want to get your flowers right now, but I'm telling you right now, you got to change the attitude. Don't matter how you want to do things. Sometimes, like Ron Artest was a great defender, but I'm telling you right now, one of the biggest highlights of his career is not the block that he got per game. It's what he did to James Harden when he elbowed. So sometimes, and you know, I know you watching still. You're going to see me. So sometimes I think that distracts from the view. You know what I mean? It's like we got a good sunset, a good sunrise, but then a semi truck just come right in front of us, and then it blocks our view of what we really try to see. You know, so I definitely shout out to Aaron. He was balling today. He was balling on Sunday. He probably had 20 and 15 on Sunday.
It's easy to him. It's really easy to him, and I think because it becomes easy to him, he gets bored. No, I honestly think he get bored sometimes. He can block shots and score and dunk, and he can do pretty much whatever on the court. But sometimes, you know, getting involved, you know what I'm saying? I know how I go. That's why I talk so much. Sometimes when you just get bored, man, you get indulged in something else that ain't even really basketball related. But at the end of the day, you got to secure your legacy or secure your, you know what I'm saying? You got to really really nobody separate yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as he separated himself, man, Aaron, I like Dub, man. Anybody would want him on their team. Who wouldn't want him on your team? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, But you know, so definitely, you know, man, I appreciate you guys, you know, joining us and, you know, like giving us your thoughts, opinions. I know we went a little longer than what was expected, but you know, I guess that's sometimes how it works when you're talking. You know what I mean? You try to get your points out there. So we definitely appreciate you guys. Charlie, I think this was your second week actually. You just with us on the last week too. So appreciate you,
Charlie,
guys.
bro. You ain't on payroll, bro. You ain't on the payroll. So
right.
I think you're on the payroll, Charlie.
And if you do, Donald Trump president, and we can give you minimum wage, okay?
Minimum wage. You get Mexico money.
I'm telling you right now, you are 3/4 Mexican to us. So
if Bijo, this is third time on there, so on your two. So one more time, then he gonna be trying to look for his funds. So let's go ahead. We got Bijo got to come back in 2021. Man, Bijo, man, this basketball season, man, looking like we gonna have a season, man. We got to get you on, man. I can't wait to talk about your team. You know, see what's going on.
We ain't that good. We ain't that good, man.
That's what everybody think.
I know. We ain't that good, but I'm gonna tell you something though, man. It's good that you getting the recognition that you get. I was getting ready to even tag Mark Miller in, like you're an up and coming coach in the city. You and Glenn, man, y'all deserve y'all recognition. Hopefully, I'm gonna be honest with you. They need to have some extracurriculars. I ain't gonna say basketball, some extracurricular for these kids in the city. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm going crazy being behind a laptop for 6 to 8 hours a day. So I can't even imagine how these kids is about to be behind a laptop 6 to 8 hours a day. But no, shouts out to you and the groundwork that y'all done outside of COVID and these things to build your program up. We up and coming, man. We ain't that good yet, man. You know, I'm nowhere near telling these dudes that they good yet, man. We just up and coming.
I already know. You sound like me. We're gonna have to get a game eventually. I gotta wait till y'all ain't good though. So you know what I mean?
He said I gotta wait till y'all ain't good.
That's
But
right
yeah,
now.
man.
We're good right now.
Y'all let me know, man. I'll be in there writing down all the stats and taking all the cuss words that BJ say, writing them down. Just
that mean we gotta play it at Carmen then, because you can't beat he can't curse at our gym. They gonna stop the game, bro.
BJ curse. BJ just yell.
Or trust me, you know I
just
know
look like he
everything
ready to
about
yell.
FC.
Yo, the camera was only on BJ at All County. I didn't even care about the game. I was over there. I was like, yo, man. Yo, they don't win for him. They don't love the game. Like, come on, man.
He said that. Yeah, man. So we appreciate you guys, joining in with us, man. And everybody out there, if you guys got any topics, any people that we should, be taking account, looking at them, scoping in, seeing what they doing, man, let us know. We definitely want to show our love and support to the people that's on the grind. As always, be safe, you guys. Anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up here? Whoever.
BJ, you want to go?
I mean, I was waiting for you, Charles, but I mean, I can go. Man, just want to tell everybody to continue to be safe. I don't think it's anything out here that's actually hitting thing in regards to what they're telling us in regards to the data that goes on to the news, and as far as us, continue to be protected and making sure we utilize the precautions for our family and our loved ones and everybody else. And lastly, man, I mean, let your voice be heard, man. Like, I think it's a lot of times where we don't utilize platforms like this to be therapeutic for us, to let our voice be heard in terms of injustices that's going on in our nation, man. So always let your voice be heard, man, because at the end of the day, if your voice can't be heard, man, you just a yes man. And I refuse to be a yes man in this world. And I'll be 39. I'll be 39 in 2 weeks, man. There's no way I will be a yes man in this world as long as I live, man. I will fight the fight for the people of color in platforms like this. I promise you, as long as I live. So appreciate y'all for having me on.
Oh, for sure. Charlie.
Man, it's kind of hard to follow up behind all that, man. That's deep. But I definitely rock with it, man. Just people out there, please be safe in whatever you do. Don't think about self, think about the next. You know what I'm saying? Guys, thank you for having me.
Sure.
Great pleasure, man. It's always a blessing to be a part of you guys' movement and whatnot, man. Thank you. Also, I want to put out can I put out an announcement?
Yeah, go ahead, put it out.
Listen, if the weather is great in Milwaukee, come on down to 35th and Clybourne. We have the Eastern and Western Conference finals that's going down. I'm talking about Keontae versus Boo Wade. Okay, I'm talking Dupree Fletcher versus the Dundada Greg. Man, come on down 35th and Clybourne, man, and come see some good games, man. It's gonna be a battle. Oh, also, we got who we got? Aaron A-Dub, okay, versus what's his young kid named Otis Pirtle, man. He can ball out, man. He's real good, man. So it's a lot of great basketball going on over there at 35th and Clybourne.
All right. DeMonte?
Hey, not at all, man. Those are good plugs for that league. So, hey, man, shout out to the Merrill League. Hopefully I can maybe try to catch one out there. And Charlie, keep on doing your thing, man.
Appreciate it. Can I say one more last thing, go?
Do it.
You all tune in also to the Rep Your Love First Take. Myself and B Jones, aka Stephen A, will be revealing these rosters. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. A lot of you are just donating your funds. You don't have enough on your team, but I'll get into that a bit Wednesday night. Okay. Wednesday night, people, 7:00, Rip Tech, yeah. Y'all tune in.
Well, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Y'all, we'll be back with another episode. And appreciate it. Let us know if you guys got any topics, anything you want us to talk about. Tag us at SoGoated. Go like, join, and share our page as much as possible, man. So we appreciate you guys. And with that, we are